And I gotta tell it all. Yeah, nigga, that's all we want. All right. Anyway, let's see if we get down to some of the testimony here. Oh, this is when they start snitching on him. Here we go. The snitching happened right here. Here we go.
Defendants. Who were the defendants that were in the holding area?
The only one I know of now is Mr. Newsom.
Here we go.
Whether it's high-profile inmate or inmates that have a specific, special custody status?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you currently part of the transport team that is responsible for an inmate by the name of Robert Allen, who's also been listed as a state witness in the case of State of Florida versus 3 co-defendants for the homicide of Jose Envoy?
Yes, I have been assigned with the transport of Mr. Robert Allen.
Have you been with Mr. Allen since, I believe it was Monday, as part of his transport team to assist in getting him here for trial?
Yes.
Okay. Is there an incident that happened today on February 9th that you alerted the state attorney's office to regarding some comments, threats, or however intimidation that was made by one of the co-defendants directed specifically at Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Who was the co-defendant or co-defendants that was involved in this incident?
The co-defendant that we can identify as Mr. Newsom.
Okay. And what is it that...
So essentially what they're saying is that, between one of the breaks or while they were bringing, the truth teller, Robert Allen, to court, there's usually protocol. If you have somebody who's cooperating, you don't want to mingle them with the rest of the inmates because those people are at risk of not only dying, but also getting bullied or, people intimidating them or making threats. And that might get them to actually change their mind on cooperating, right? So, for the prosecutor, they have these special people like this guy who is tasked with getting these guys from the lockup area to court. Somehow, some way, Robert Allen gets put in this particular situation where he's around the people that he's going to tell on later in court. And they just start going at him verbally, right? So he's reporting into the court. This is possibly could be seen as witness tampering.
Tell us what it is that you notified the state with. What happened?
As directed by Your Honor, Mr. Robert Allen was supposed to come up here first. But as the procedures and normal operations of the jails, they usually pull the court docket kind of early. So unfortunately, the defendants were in the holding area before we could come up here.
And if I just may, when you say defendants, who were the defendants that were in the holding area?
The only one I know of now is Mr. Newsom.
Okay. So he was in the holding area, and then what happened next?
We notified the Braves that we're coming up with the high profile so they can secure it, lock everybody down. They put these drapes on the windows, try to clear the hallway. As we're making our way over here, what we can hear is Mr. Newsom yell out. There he is working with the police. He's the popo. Also said, you're working with the white man now. And those are the comments.
Now, when you say we, you actually heard...
Somebody said Kai's talking about me. Is he? Salute to my man Kai. Hold on. I'll click on the stream for a second. Is he? Wait, I can't hear.
You should be having all the time out here. Them chases. Yeah. You always watching them shits? Or here and there?
Here and there, it's rare. All right, chat. Hogwarts.
All right, salute to my boy Kaido. All right, let's get back.
Heard the comments coming from Mr. Newsom directed at Mr. Allen?
As I was escorting him over here to the court.
Okay. And as Mr. Allen was walking, from as far as you could tell, was there anything obstructing Mr. Allen from being able to hear? Like, he didn't have anything on his ears or anything like that? Was he?
No.
How close was Mr. Allen standing to you?
Closer than you and I.
Okay. And right now, how many feet would you say we are apart from?
Anywhere from 3.5.
Okay, and he was closer than 3.5 feet?
Yes, ma'am.
Were there any other witnesses to this besides yourself and Mr. Allen?
He was yelling it loud enough so anyone in the hall could hear him.
And when you say he, you're referring to Mr. Newsom?
Correct.
Okay. How long did this tirade of comments and explicatives or whatever go towards Mr. Allen?
Time-wise, I cannot actually say. We can say if it was anywhere between 30 seconds to a minute, or however long it took us to turn the corner and walk past this house.
Did Mr. Allen, prior to, during, or after, say anything with respect to that?
Nope.
So from what you could see, was there any provocation by Mr. Allen towards Mr. Newsom regarding before this incident occurred?
No, ma'am.
And how did it stop?
Once we were out of view.
So basically, Mr. Newsom continued to do it until he couldn't see Mr. Allen anymore, from your perspective?
From my perspective, yes.
No further questions?
Deputy, you would agree these men are supposed to have no contact with each other whatsoever, is that correct?
Ideally, yes.
Okay. Now, you said you were in the process of putting up curtains.
No, I did not.
Well, what?
I did not put out curtains, no.
No, but you said it was, guys were in the process of doing that when he
No.
walked by?
No, the way you're saying it is incorrect.
Explain to me what we were telling us about.
The curtains were already up
Okay, so
before we got down there.
That's
As
so
we're
that-
walking down the hallway, as if I'm walking to you, that's where Newsom's cell was. He
Okay.
starts saying
Right,
his
you don't have to
comments.
approach me, sir.
No, no, so we can get,
Yeah, but that's okay, I would appreciate it if you
And
don't
then once
approach
we
me.
walk through here, that's when everything stopped.
Okay, so you're saying Newsom could see
Through the cracks, yes, of the doors.
through the cracks? And how
But
do
they're
you-
not very solid.
Okay, so how do you know Mr. Newsom is the person that made these statements? How many people were in that holding cell?
He was in the holding cell by himself.
There was only one. Okay, and how do you know that?
Mr. Newsom has a pair of tan shoes. He was assigned to that cell this morning. So we can verify that.
You saw the tan shoes, is what you're saying?
Yeah, there's a space.
Okay, so you saw tan shoes behind the wall, you believe Mr. Newsom was there.
Yeah, we can verify that by going down there and
Is
getting
this an
that.
area that was recorded and videotaped where this occurs?
There is possibly videotape, but not audio.
Okay. And what exactly did you hear said?
Can you translate a little bit?
Sure. I heard him say, he is working for the police, you're the po-po, you're working for the white man now.
And you believe that was directed towards the witness?
Of
Mr.
course,
Allen?
yes.
Okay. Did Mr. Allen react in any way to
No.
what you said you heard?
Nope.
Didn't say anything to you?
Nope.
You didn't say anything to him about it?
To Mr. Allen?
Yeah.
No, I didn't want to upset him.
All right, you indicated anyone could have heard it. Are you aware of the names of any other witnesses that we could talk to confirm or deny what you're telling us?
I was trying to keep him steadily moving, just to try to get him down here as fast as possible, and so he wouldn't have to hear it any further longer than that.
Assuming that he did hear it, correct? Because you didn't speak to him about it, whether he heard anything.
I did not ask him, no.
Okay. Are you aware of, give us the names of any of the other witnesses we might be able to ask whether this actually happened?
Actually, no.
All right, niggas is talking a bunch of bullshit. Let's bring the truth teller on the stand. Here my boy go.
As I was being escorted. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome.
May I approach, Your Honor? I'm showing you a composite of 5 items, which has been marked for identification as states H. I'm going to lay them out in front of you. The USB has the images on it, and then there's 4 photographs.
Yo, Gunner, man, you got to pay attention, man. This is how you got to do it right. If you don't do it like this, man, you might have to do it again. Do it right the first time, you ain't never got to do it again.
Do you recognize states H?
Yes.
How do you
Yes,
recognize
ma'am.
states H? Okay, and do you recognize those images as fair and accurate depictions after the homicide occurred on June 18th, 2018, of the activity that you referred to from your earlier testimony?
Yes.
At this time, Your Honor, I move into evidence states H as states 8.
Any additional information?
No additional evidence. No, Judge.
All right, what was previously marked as states H for identification shall be received in evidence as states 8, a composite of 4 photos and
Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find the relevant part.
That you referred to from your earlier testimony, is he appeared to be wearing boat right lived with you? Did he have that amount of currency prior to the homicide? At the time that you were arrested, do you recall how you had?
Oh, here we go.
That was a mandatory life sentence for the child.
I'm trying to find a piece of clip where he snitches on another nigga. To his face. That's gangster.
A couple days ago. Correct? Yes.
Hold on, give me a second.
Okay.
Give me a second, chat. I gotta find this shit.
So that kind of protects them.
So that is here from Mr. Allen as to whether he did or did not hear any comments.
Sounds like the next step.
Let's bring him up.
So basically, they said this dude told the other nigga, the truth teller, yo, you snitching like a motherfucker, you bitch ass nigga. You working for the white man now. Fuck you, you piece of shit. You a snitch. The clown lawyer who keep bringing up Drake, he walking back here. This nigga just look like he did it. You ever see a nigga look guilty? Look at this nigga right here. So they finna bring in Big Rob.
Any follow-up?
Not this time, Rob.
Nothing from the state.
Police ass nigga.
Oh, here we go. So they bring him in. Go ahead, thug. Snitch on these niggas in confidence.
And I'm going to ask that you be careful not to leave here.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you're not going to inquire yourself? Because I'm worried about the leading questions as you just pointed out.
All right.
Listen, man. Gunna. Just take some lessons from Arab.
I've seen him do it.
That's it. That's it, Crow.
Mr. Allen?
Here we go.
Still under oath, sir. When you were being escorted to the courtroom today, did you overhear any comments?
Yes,
What did you hear?
I heard that. I was a police ass nigga. I work for the police. I'm doing a white man's job. And I'm a sellout.
Were you able to identify who it was that made these comments?
Yes,
Who made these comments?
Trayvon Newsom.
Call him out by name.
Any follow-up?
Not this time, Rob.
Nothing from the state.
I have a follow-up, Judge. Sir, was Michael Boatwright anywhere to be seen? How that happened?
No,
And just one. Did you see Mr. Newsom make these comments?
This is a movement of bosses.
I heard him through the door
Okay, and how do you know it was Mr. Newsom?
because of his shoes.
How do you know it was Mr. Newsom?
I've seen him do it.
How did you know it was Mr. Newsom?
I've seen him do it. 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 I've seen him do it.
Man, I fell down to my knees when the law came.
Come on, man. Stop fucking playing, man.
And his voice.
You were able to see shoes?
Yes,
And you know what kind of shoes he has on?
yes.
How is that since he's been seated at this table the entire time with his feet covered?
That brown.
Excuse me?
That like brown khaki.
How do you know that? Have you walked by him before back there?
I mean, I see him when you walk in.
Yeah. One more question. Did you discuss this with the deputies, any of the deputies that are standing here?
No.
All right, let me see, counsel, well, actually, let me just have the witness put back there. And I don't need the deputy with help right now, so.
Look at this nigga's face. His lawyer, you know his lawyer looking like? His lawyer really looking at his dumbass nigga like. His lawyer really looking at him like this.
3 counts of aggravated robbery. 3 counts of attempted murder. 2 counts of capital murder. Illegal possession of guns. Illegal possession of cocaine. Illegal possession of meth. Why are you using meth?
I don't use meth, I move meth, nigga.
Oh, you move meth. You showing this right, because it says all that in your new song. Why would you say that in your new song?
My new hit single, I just killed a nigga and I move drugs.
Why the fuck would you name your song, I just killed a nigga and I move drugs?
Because I really do that shit, I'm true to the streets. Can you get me off?
Not only did you do that, they got your ass on camera.
Niggas ain't got me on no fucking camera.
This is the clearest video I've ever seen. This is the most HD shit ever. This is 4K. How did they get you in 4K?
That ain't me.
Why did you do that? Why would you look? Nigga, you got the same fit on. Did you do this today? Did you do this today?
Man, can you get me off or what?
This nigga done did this today.
This is crazy, chat. Yo, Trayvon, did you do this shit today, man?
I will allow the question. The way I think it should be posed so as not to indicate that this happened downstairs or in a holding cell would be to say, Ms. Fallon, you were brought into the courtroom by the deputies prior to the jurors coming in here. As you were being escorted to the courtroom, which is factual, did you, were any comments directed towards you, and what were they, and from whom did they come?
Okay.
Now,
Should we just repeat that one more time, because I want to make sure we word it exactly as Your Honor wants it.
and to make clear, so they, you were placed on the stand prior to the jurors being brought into the courtroom. As you were being escorted into the courtroom, were any comments directed to you? What were they, and from whom did they come?
I would also ask, Your Honor, just to be safe, that maybe the witness is instructed,
Right.
that he not mention jail cell, so he knows not to say.
Yes, I just make very clear that I doubt that the entirety of cross-examination will be done today, or if we'll even get to cross-examination.
On the day of the homicide, in his possession, he identified. Okay.
So, once again, next time you're talking to lab, you can let them know.
Be the same outfit.
Yes.
So
Where's the fucking thing I'm looking for, man? I gotta go to the Instagram, but I watched it live, so that's what I'm trying to. I want to play the full version. Bro, he pointed that nigga out with the handcuffs on, bro. I was so proud of this nigga.
there are photos.
The way he pointed that nigga out, I was like,
had you discussed with Michael, who is that opened the driver's door and
Nah, bro, I gotta show you how you point that nigga out.
objecting to that?
Where is it at?
The courtroom as to who you're referring to that made some comments to you.
Finally, I got it. Gang! I like this. Point them out. Point them out. Here we go. This is gang right here, man.
At the time that you were arrested, do you recall how you had the co-defendants listed in your phone as saved as contacts?
No.
Okay. Okay. Now, how long have you been testifying for in this case? It's the second day, I think?
Yes.
Okay, so you started yesterday, and you've been under oath since when?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, when you were being escorted into the courtroom, outside the presence of the jurors,
Yeah.
being brought in,
Oh, yeah.
placed on the stand,
Oh, yeah.
after you started testifying, were there any comments made to you that were not coming from myself or any attorneys?
Tell him, gang. Tell him.
Who made a comment to you about your testimony?
Tell him, gang.
Trayvon Newsom.
What?
Point them out and identify them in the courtroom as to who you're referring to that made some comments to you.
Point him out!
Second. He had a blue suit.
Okay, there's two people wearing a blue suit. What race is he?
Gunna. I'm gonna send this to your DMs. Let me play it one more time for you, Gunna. This is how you're gonna have to point Thug out. Sorry.
At the time that you were arrested, do you recall how you had the co-defendants listed in your phone as saved as contacts?
No.
Okay. Okay. Now, how long have you been testifying for in this case? It's the second day, I think?
Yes.
Okay, so you started yesterday, and you've been under oath since when?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, when you were being escorted into the courtroom, outside the presence of the jurors, being brought in and placed on the stand, after
Tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
you started testifying, were there any comments made to you that were not coming from myself or any attorneys?
Tell him, gang.
Yes.
Who made a comment to you about your testimony?
Trayvon Newsom.
Point them out.
Say that nigga by name. Point him out. Ain't got a problem doing that neither.
And identify them in the courtroom as to who you're referring to that made some comments to you.
Second. He had a blue suit.
You know what?
Okay, there's two people wearing.
There's two people wearing the blue suit. If you're gonna snitch, make sure you're snitching accurately. Hold on, make sure I want y'all to see this shit.
A blue suit. What race is he?
Black.
Black.
And is he seated on the end, middle?
On the middle.
Okay. And who's that you're pointing out to?
Trayvon Newsom.
Your Honor, please let the court identify any court identification of Trayvon Newsom in this case for this matter. Okay. So Trayvon Newsom made a comment to you after you started testifying. What was the comment that Trayvon Newsom made to you after you started testifying in this case?
What did he say to you, gang? Gang. Gang. What did he say to you, gang? Let's hear.
He called
you take that to mean when he's saying that to you?
Don't snitch.
And when you say that you took it as you're a snitch, how did you understand
You not no snitch, brother. You a fucking truth teller. You not no snitch. Tell that truth.
that to mean in terms of any impact that it would have on you as you're testifying still in this case?
Maybe it's a threat.
Did you take it that way?
A little bit.
No further questions.
I'm proud of this man. Look at this nigga face. They going. Yo, whoever who's moving the cameras in court, they devious. They look how salty this nigga look. Look. Even his lawyer looking at him like, nigga, they got you on 4K. Look, he got a stupid face on. Nigga, you really did this shit? Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
When you were first arrested, you were charged with premeditated murder in the first degree, correct?
Yes.
And you knew that if you were convicted of premeditated murder in the first degree, that you would spend the rest of your life in prison, correct?
Yes.
That was a mandatory life sentence for the charge that you were facing, correct?
Yes.
And that's life without parole. You were never getting out, correct?
Yes.
You knew that if you were convicted of that charge, you were going to leave. If you ever left prison, it was going to be in a body bag, correct?
Yes.
So, you were arrested on July 25th, 2018, correct?
Yes.
All right. And you were brought from Georgia to here, where you sat in the Broward County Jail, correct?
Yes.
And on October 23rd, 2018, you and your lawyer went down to the police station to give a statement to Detective Curcio, correct?
Yes.
So between July 25th, 2018 and October 23rd, 2018, you were in jail, correct?
Yes.
And you were on 23-hour lockdown during much of that, correct?
Yes.
And during that statement, that October 23rd, 2018 statement, you swore to tell the truth, correct?
Yes.
Okay, just like you swore to tell the truth here, correct?
Yes.
And you gave that statement.
Essentially, what this is one of the defense attorneys for one of them guilty niggas. They're trying to basically say, they're trying to just put it in court and have him admit that you've lied before in court, right? When you were trying to save your own ass, now you got to deal with the prosecutor because you're snitching. So if you lied before to try to save your own ass, and now you have a deal that requires you to snitch and help the prosecutor, maybe you're lying to help the prosecutor just to save your own ass. Like, you lie to save your own ass. That's the whole thing.
With your lawyer, because you were trying to cut a deal with the state attorney's office, correct?
Yes.
So back in October of 2018, you and your lawyer were already trying to negotiate a deal with the state, correct?
Yes.
And you knew your face was on video, on the surveillance video then, correct?
Yes.
And you knew that your only way to prevent you from going to prison for the rest of your life was to cut a deal with the state, correct?
Yes.
You told this jury yesterday that you hadn't been, the prosecutor asked you if you had been promised anything to give that 2018 statement. You remember that?
Yes.
And you said no, you had not been promised anything to give that statement, correct?
Yes.
But that wasn't actually true, was it? You were promised that if you didn't make a deal, that statement could never be used against you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you were in fact promised that, look, we're going to try and make a deal. If we can't make a deal, at the very least, this statement that you're giving, it'll never come into a courtroom. Correct?
Yes.
Objection, Judge. May we go sidebar, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that thing when you're not supposed to hear. Let's get back. Oh, they're still going. Here we go.
This prosecutor was there. You said on direct that you have met with the prosecutor and discussed your testimony here yesterday and today, correct?
Repeat that.
Yesterday, the prosecutor asked you, we were talking about a video, and the prosecutor asked you if you had seen the entire video. You remember that?
Yes.
All right, and she asked you if she had shown you that entire video, correct?
Yes.
You have met with the prosecutor to discuss your testimony yesterday and the testimony that you would give in this case, correct?
I met her so she could show me the video, yes.
Okay. When was the last time that you met with her?
A couple days ago.
A couple days ago. She came to see you at the jail?
Yes.
Was it Tuesday?
Anyway. They're going to show a few exhibits that's kind of like interesting. Here we go. I'm not trying to bore you out. We'll get into the Drake shit afterwards. Okay? I got the Drake stuff that I'm ready to talk about, but let's just get through this a little bit, all right? This car going back in again. I'm not sure why they keep playing this.
Is it your testimony you didn't observe any of this back and forth discussion, interaction between Diedrich and the man with the camouflage hat?
I wasn't really paying attention.
This is you over here, correct? You can't see that. If you look up at the screen, at my screen, this is you here, correct?
Yeah.
And we observed this man talking back and forth with Diedrich,
All right.
correct?
Let's skip to a relevant part. This is him basically admitting that
Thank you.
them niggas was flexing. You know what's so interesting? You know, I hope nobody takes like, you know, even my coverage of this, you know, first of all, I don't condone crime, period. I just don't condone crime. But I do know people are in fucked up situations. And I've just always said, and listen, there's going to be people who are going to choose a life of, yo, I can't get it any other way. I need money. I need this and third. I just tell everybody, if you're black, bro, especially, go do white collar crime, my nigga. Don't rob nobody. That shit could turn violent. Don't kill nobody. You're never getting out of jail. I'd rather you go do some scamming shit. There's other ways to get money. That's how the white people, they get caught up in some shit and they get let out in like 8 months. You niggas is facing the rest of your fucking lives. And now I'm not trying to encourage nobody to do crime, but I'm also trying to show how they drag and basically almost damn near lynch black people in the criminal justice system. And it's really because there's violent crimes associated with it. Y'all robbed somebody for $50,000. I'm not trying to tell nobody to do no crime, but you could have filled out a fucking government application for some PPP loans and got $500,000. And if you got caught doing that, you'd have probably did 6 months, maybe a year. But for $50,000, you rob this kid, then one person decides to kill him, and you all are about to look at life. Just think about it. I've always just said criminals always just seem to be so fucking dumb. For you to flex that little, that's not that much money, my nigga. For a murder? So again, I can't tell people, oh, my boy Kai calling me. Okay. I don't know, man. Somebody says Cap. No, for real. My nigga, I'm gonna keep it honest with you. Like, I've only really like fucked one girl, not one girl. Maybe it was, really one noticeable girl that I remember like she had her ass done. And bro, I'm telling you, it just didn't feel the same, bro. It never felt like natural. So like anytime a chick tell me, oh, she about to get her body done, I'm like, yo, bro, let me just fuck you before, bro. Cause I really think that BBL shit, like, well, the girl I fucked, I don't think she was the BBL. She had ass shots. She had ass shots type shit. All right, anyway, back to the conversation. Yo, Drill, cut all that shit out or make another video type shit. You can make another video. Me and Kyle, we might have to do a arm wrestling competition for SZA. But anyway, let's get back to my man, Robert Allen. What was I saying? Oh, this is what I was just trying to say, man. Yo, for my young dudes out there, bro, yo, money's an issue for a lot of people. Bro, I just want people who come from impoverished neighborhoods to know, bro, you don't want to be in this position where you're looking at the rest of your life, you're going to be in a cell, my nigga. And I get it. You're down to take some chances to make some money. Pulling out a gun, robbing somebody at gunpoint, you're looking at 20 years. Don't do it. Don't do it. Nigga, I'd rather you go try to scam some financial institutions. A lot of people be scamming, doing all type of stuff. You feel me? Some people just be frauding, whatever the case is. Those are things where I see people got mad money. Look, people frauded the government. I'm not trying to say you should do these things. I'm just trying to say, think about how you got somebody, and by the way, he hit me up recently. He hit me up. Let me see. What's his name again? He recently just hit me. He's like, yo, let me do the podcast. It's my man, Baby Blue. Y'all all seen him, right? But that's what he go by on Instagram. Baby Blue 25 million. Yeah, Baby Blue or Pretty Ricky released from prison after $24 million PPP loan scam. You feel me? He owe $1 million in restitution. He probably already stashed like 7, 8. Pay that milli. Bro, like the nigga gonna be straight. All I'm just trying to say is that he did 12 months for $24 million. Let me just repeat it again for all my, this young kids who are impressionable that watch me. By the way, I don't agree that you should do any crime. I think you should go get a job, focus on, a career, whether it's, you got to go to college for it or you got a passion, try to build business. That's what you should do. But if you really down bad, I'm telling you, please don't pick up a gun and go try to rob nobody. Please don't. Please don't. You're throwing away your life. Don't do that. A robbery turns to a murder like that. There is no coming back. You're going to see a niggas that you did the shit with going to tell on you. Nobody want to be in that situation. Think smart. Again, I'm not trying to encourage y'all to do any crime, but I just want to show you what Baby Blue did is white people crime. Where you scam mad money and you don't do no time, basically. A year for $24 million, $50,000 gonna give all these niggas life. $50,000. Think about it. $24 million, 1 year. $50,000, they're never gonna get out of jail ever. What's your goal? That's all I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? I hope nobody take this wrong like, oh, act just trying to hype niggas up to go do crime. That's not what it is, man. It's just that I hate to see people throwing away their lives. Like these niggas in this case threw away their lives for $50,000. You know why they did it, bro? Just to post a fucking, like, spreading the money. Like, bro, like, are you dumb? They about to show the pictures that They took after they got the money. Look.
Okay, I'm going to first start with States 8. Now it's States 8. Photograph for item number 2 of 5. Who's that in 2 of 5? Okay, and the items or the currency that is being held by Michael Boatwright. Do you recall if that is from the robbery in this case?
Yes, it is.
Do you recall if this photograph was taken after you and your co-defendants robbed and killed the victim?
Yes.
And asking also about states 2 of 5 of states 8. Do you recall, as testified, Mr. Boatwright lived with you, did he have that amount of currency prior to the homicide?
No.
I'm showing you what has been entered into evidence, states 3 of 5. Who is that in states 3 of 5, grinning with $100 bills in his hands, fanned out?
Trayvon Newsom.
And do you recall if this currency that's in Mr. Newsom's hand was taken from the victim in this case after you and your co-defendants robbed and killed the victim?
Yes.
Do you recall, because Mr. Trayvon Newsom, as you said, was living with you, did he have this amount of currency prior to the homicide on June 18, 2018?
No.
And earlier, in a, I believe it was states, the video of the car crash. Do you recall when you identified Mr. Newsom and Mr. Boatwright in the video, and you also talked and testified extensively about what they were wearing?
Yes.
Do you recall, is this from the same day where Mr. Newsom is wearing, it appears to be the same outfit?
Yes.
So is this from the day of the homicide?
Yes.
How about, and I'm going to show you again, 2 of 5 of states 8, when you talked about Mr. Boatwright's hat and what he was wearing with some fatigue pants and dark colored shirt. Is he appears to be wearing the same thing that you testified about earlier from states 3?
Yes.
So this photograph of Mr. Boatwright fanning currency from the robbery, is this from the day of the homicide?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm showing you what's been marked for identification, or excuse me, marked for evidence. It states 4 or 5 from states 8. Who's in that photograph?
Trayvon Newsom and Deidre Whitney.
All right. Anyway, let me just try to skip through. Let me see if anything more relevant before I talk about the Drake shit. Give me a second.
Snitch.
And when you say that you took it as you're a snitch,
A couple days ago,
you would say especially on court.
you saw the man that was taking care of Deidre's kids, correct?
Objection asked and answered.
All right. Let's just get to this real quick. let's just get to this really quick chat. All right, hold on. Let's get to this. My bad, chat. My bad. All right, just give me 1 second. I'm pulling some shit up. Bang, right there, right there, right there. Right there. I want to make sure this is good. Okay, cool. All right. So everybody's saying, yo, Drake, gotta show up and do this deposition. Let me just be honest with y'all. These guys are losers. This attorney, his name is Mauricio Padilla, the worst attorney in Florida. He's trying to make a name for himself, but he's just a complete fucking clown, a goof. Okay? He's trying to summons everyone. He tried to do a subpoena to Takeoff, and Takeoff died. I have to say this because we have to know what type of level of idiot we're dealing with. This guy's cooked. Okay? Mr. Allen over here, okay? He's snitching on his 3 co-defendants. The police got a lot of evidence on him. They're not getting out of this. So they're trying to play off internet conspiracy theories to say, well, maybe some other shit happened. And this is the only lawyer who's actually taking a paycheck to do it. So what is he doing? He tried to bring in Top 5. Top 5 is locked up for some other shit that was going on in Canada. He tried to bring in Joe Budden. He tried to bring in me. He tried to bring Drake. He tried to bring, like, everybody. Like, they tried to summons 100 people in the music business to this trial. Why? This nigga, who's a clown, the lawyer, doesn't want to do a decent job defending his client. So they're trying to, oh yeah, we can't defend him because really Drake is the one who killed X and Drake won't come in. So here's the latest desperate attempt. I'll put it on screen. Let me just make sure there's nothing fucking shown here. And unfortunately, the judge signed off on this. But I will say this. The state of Florida is paying for one of these guys, Dedrick Williams, his lawyer, who's a fucking clown, to do all types of shit, which means pay process servers, pay all type of different people to try to bother Drake and other people. Taxpayers are paying the bill. This is expensive. Drake got 15 houses. They're going to all his houses except the one in Canada. Trying to let's get Drake in here. Drake ain't coming. So the latest thing they filed in court is this. Okay? And this is why you see Rolling Stones and everybody else is like going over it. It says in circuit court, blah, 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 blah. This is a order to show cause. This was a motion which is now ordered. This motion having come before the honorable court on a defendant's petition for order to show cause and the court being advised in the premises, blah, blah, is ordered and adjudged that as a result of Aubrey Graham's failure to be deposed on January 27th, he shall appear for a deposition on Friday, February 24th via video Zoom link. If he does not appear for the deposition for the court, if he does not appear to deposition, he must appear before the court on Monday, blah, blah, blah. So the court could determine why he should not be held in contempt. Deponent is advised to contact the offices of Padilla, blah, 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 prior to the day to make sure that the Zoom link isn't compromised. Apparently, they said they tried it before, but the Zoom link was compromised. In the event that it has been compromised, a new secure link will be provided. Now, the judge signed off on it, okay? The judge signed off on it. Now, let me just break this down to y'all, please, and hopefully y'all understand. Wait, what the fuck? Hopefully I understand what I'm saying. Drake is not showing up. 100,000% he's not showing up. Okay? First of all, Drake got 15 addresses. He lives 15 different places. He has 15 cribs. They didn't serve him right. Number one. Number two, even if, because the judge did sign off on this, this judge, with all due respect, can't do a motherfucking thing to Drake because Drake isn't a citizen or isn't a resident of Florida. So this is a circuit judge. His fucking thing stops in Florida. You can't grab a nigga from Montana. No. So granted, could he put out a warrant for Drake that if Drake comes to Florida, Drake could get locked up? Absolutely. Absolutely. But he can't compel any other jurisdiction to force Drake to show up here. They would have to push it to those jurisdictions, and essentially it's just not going to happen. The trial started already. You had 3 years to do this. Actually, more than 3 years. 5 years to do this. You had 5 years to do this. Like, you know, the judge is trying to help the people out by putting a little bit of pressure, but Drake don't got to show up. He's not going to show up. Like, I'd be fucking shocked if he's not going to show up. Okay? So, whatever this is cute, but it's not going to do anything. The matter of the fact is that the guy who's standing trial right now is accused of being the ringleader. It's that fucking idiot's. He came up with this fucking plan to rob this guy, knowing that there was mad cameras. He came up with the plan to do all this fucking bullshit, and to be honest, he's the guy who's gonna get cooked the most because of his fucking idiocy. So I get it. He's never gonna get out of jail. You'll never go see Drake perform at a concert or go on tour. So you want him to come to court to wave to you or some shit like that. Not gonna happen, buddy. You took the life of somebody for $50,000 and you don't get to like, oh yeah, let's bring everybody in. No, go to jail, nigga. And after that, go to hell. That's it. Point blank, period. Okay? Somebody says Drake hired him. Stop the foolishness. He would have took the fucking stand and said Drake hired me. He would have took the stand. You know that's how it goes, right? You do know, my boy right here, who's snitching, remember, him killing X, he should be doing life. Bro, he probably going to do like maybe 4 more years and he's going to get out. He's going to get out. He's going to get out with less than 10 years because he snitched. If Drake really sent any of them fucktards to do this shit, why wouldn't they tell on him to get Drake arrested? And then they would get out the same time this guy got out. You know why they can't do that? Because it's not fucking true. I know y'all want to believe that, but it's not true, my nigga. You think this thing, first of all, this nigga probably could have walked out of court today if he was like, not only am I telling on them, I'm telling on Drake. He don't got nothing to say about Drake. It's only one fucking idiot. It actually, remember, it's 3 other people on the case. He's snitching, right? So it's 4. And then he's snitching, so it's 3. Of the 3, only 1 keep mentioning Drake. Somebody said, what if they got paid hella? Okay, let me entertain your stupidity. How much money would you have to get paid to go do life in prison? So Drake out here fucking all the bad bitches. He's raising his son, still making songs, talking crazy. How much money could he give you to do life in prison? How you gonna spend that money? Y'all tell me. Okay, I believe y'all. Drake paid these guys off. Why they not telling on Drake? The lawyer. So what the lawyer is doing, there is a defense strategy that says, just like how you know how Tory Lanez went to trial, and Tory's defense strategy was, yo, all the evidence points to Kelly. Is it Kelly or what was her name? Is it Kelly? Kelly, right? All the evidence points to Kelly being the shooter, not me. So Tory Lanez's lawyer went into court to paint someone else to be the person who did it, hoping the jury's gonna say, "Damn, I ain't gonna lie, this is compelling." Oh, Kelsey, my bad. Hoping the jury's gonna be like, "Well, this evidence actually do make me feel like Kelsey did it. So why the fuck is Tory going to jail? Tory, you're innocent." This is usually when. This is kind of a down bad approach, but when it's used, I mean, Tory used it, even though it didn't work. But that's what this Dietrich Williams lawyer guy is doing. He's saying the only thing that doesn't hold water with his claim is that he's saying, yo, the only person who had motive to kill X was Drake. He said, if anything happened, it was Drake. Drake is rich. Drake could have paid people. Here's the problem. Even with y'all bringing up Drake's name, it doesn't absolve your client. So that's what I'm saying. With Tory, when his lawyer was bringing up Kelsey and kind of making it seem like it's Kelsey, it cleared Tory, at least until that fucking idiot Sean Kelly got on the stand. But in this situation, even if Drake paid you off, you're still going to jail. The only thing you could do is work a deal out for you to tell on Drake, that you could get out of jail quicker, just like how this guy worked out a deal to tell on his co-defendants that he could get out of jail quicker. So I said, but what if they sign something? There's no evidence of nothing. Yo, you gotta be a stupid motherfucker if you think these niggas are going down for Drake, bro. This nigga is snitching aggressively. As I said, if he snitched on Drake, he would get out of jail today. There's nothing to snitch on. The lawyer saying it, if the lawyer really believed it, you see, the lawyer's trying to argue two different points. Well, Drake had the motive. Okay, cute. Who cares about that? But they're saying your client did the murder. If you really want to go balls to the wall, and I guess I'm talking to the fucking idiot attorney, put your client on the stand to say, yeah, I did it, but I only did it because Drake told me to do it. If that's the case, you're going to get mad time off. They're going to go lock Drake up. If it's true. They're going to investigate it, of course. You can't just say anything. But this is why, I feel like so many people are stupid when it comes to, these allegations. Is why do you think that the Broward County Sheriff's Office or, prosecutor's office ain't investigating Drake? You think they're just giving Drake a pass? No, it don't make fucking sense. There's no evidence to it. It's just one Looney Tune damn near a seemingly crackhead type of person who's pushing it.
I didn't see him taking care of kids, and I saw him there.
You saw him there at Heather's house.
Yes.
And thank you for clarifying that. Another thing I think we agree on, you indicated that the shooter was wearing all black at the time of the murder, correct?
Yes.
All right, he was wearing a black hoodie, correct?
Yes.
Wasn't a red hoodie, correct?
No.
Wasn't a blue or a gray hoodie, correct?
Yes.
He was also wearing black pants, correct?
Yes.
He wasn't wearing army pants, correct?
Yes.
He wasn't wearing shorts, correct?
Yes.
He was not wearing blue jeans, correct?
Yes.
the two people who did the murder and the robbery, am I correct that they were not wearing gloves?
Yes.
That's another thing too. I seen somebody mention in the chat. If Drake was really like that, why the fuck is Pusha T still breathing air? You know who Drake hate the most right now, nigga? Pusha T, nigga. He don't like that nigga at all. That's the only blemish on Drake's like real like legacy.
Back in June of 2018, you had multiple cell phones, correct?
Yes.
You had 3 or 4 cell phones at any given time, correct?
Yes.
And how many phones did you have with you at the time of the murder?
1.
What happened to that phone?
I got rid of it.
That was not the phone that you had on you when you were arrested in Georgia, correct?
Yes.
How did you get rid of the phone?
I don't remember.
Did you give it to somebody?
I don't remember.
Was it put in the garbage? Like you put the gun in the garbage?
No.
No, it was not put in the garbage.
No.
So you remember it wasn't put in the garbage, but you don't know anything else about how you got rid of it.
Yes.
By the way, quick intermission. I just want to shout out to my gifted subbers. Yo, Jinx, man, I think you dropped a 20 bomb tonight. 20 subs from Jinx9110. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for blessing everybody. Swigger Giovanni. I actually had, I was in Discord talking to him not too long ago. Straight hustler. He dropped off 10 subs. Salute to you, my brother. Salute to everybody else who are resub. GMOB, Johnny, Firm Biz, Nuke, I see you. Isham, Pasik, I see you. Thank all you guys. Who else? MBH, Pickmain, Akademiks, Radio Chambers, Infinite, Fiesta Music, A Young, Busy, Almighty Take, 2 Gangster for Twitch. Yeah, that's a good name. 2 Gangster for Twitch. I Hate Perry. Greed is my in 4. What the fuck? Saramel, Mike, Trap, CeeLo, Zoom, Big Biz, Drunken Driver. Thank all y'all. All right. Anyway, back to the shit.
When you talked to police in October of 2018, Detective Curcio asked you if you could get a hold of that phone, correct?
Yes.
And you didn't tell them where it was at that time, correct?
Yes.
All right. I keep getting people to ask. They're requesting me put this on, so I'll do it.